Today we're going to take a look at something truly frightening, at least to Matt. On this episode, we're taking you into the shadows, quite literally, as we discuss the beings that lurk therein. This is kind of creepy, and today we're talking shadow figures.
Welcome to the Shadow Zone.
All right, so I kind of want to start like, what are shadow figures or shadow people? I don't really know if it matters what you call them, but if you go kind of look this up, they're kind of said to be these mysterious dark humanoid figures. A lot of people say they see fleeting shapes out of the corner of their eye, things like that. They're like solid black silhouettes. We never get discernible features in shadow people that I'm aware of. There's some people say they have glowing eyes, and I don't know why. Maybe you do, Matt, but they're often linked with sleep paralysis. Especially the Hat Man, which is this shadowy, tall humanoid that wears this wide-brimmed hat. We might get to see in one of our videos today. So I kind of want to talk for a minute about why they creep you out. They creep Matt out big time. Yeah. Why is that? Before we get into why is that, I said that people say they see them like fleeting glimpse out of the corner of their eye, and these videos that we have today really kind of back that up. Now I will tell you, it's not that I've never seen a shadow or something weird move out of the corner of my eye. I have, and I know people see animal ones too. That's like a big thing too. But I've never
usually
seen
like dogs and cats, particularly. They'll see
dogs and cats living together.
Mass hysteria.
I've never seen anything. I've seen movement, out of the corner of my eye. It's not entirely true, but I've never seen a figure. I've seen a shadow like blob. I've never seen like a humanoid figure of any kind. So why do shadow people freak you out so bad? Like, why is this the thing that?
For me, it's because they're not tied. For me, they're not tied to sleep paralysis. Like, I've seen them.
Well,
wide awake.
I think a lot of people that suffer from sleep paralysis also say they see shadow people. Yeah. I don't think it's like people who see shadow people don't necessarily have sleep paralysis, but people who say they have sleep paralysis often see shadow. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like a little. There's a Venn diagram of it.
The old hag. We'll talk about sleep paralysis at some point.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, it's I don't know. It's something really ominous about them. Like you get like this weird sense of dread anytime. At least I do. Anytime I've seen them, which has been off and on for a large portion of my life. And I think I actually mentioned it in our personal experience episode where I talked about seeing something that was darker than the darkness in the room. And it's just it's like looking into a void where it's just any light that could be there is just gone.
It's like that paint they have now.
Yeah, the Venta Black.
Oh my god!
Which I actually have something that's painted with it upstairs.
And you guys don't know what we're talking about. They created this paint that just
absorbs all the visible light.
Yeah, no light bounces off of it, so it's like the blackest paint you can get. And
it's literally like looking into a black hole, basically.
Watch the dude build a little room.
I've seen the same video. Yeah,
he painted the whole thing in that. Oh my god, it's just and it's like that because that against darkness is
even darker. Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah,
and I was telling Jay off camera that I've had multiple experiences, and I'll probably get into one of those at some point later on. But it's very freaky especially if it's the first time you've seen one. I've just kind of like gotten kind of used to seeing it at this point. And I'm saying it because it's just, I don't know if it's a different one or what, but I've seen them off and on over the years, and
and they're not.
There's been some terrifying moments for me. The one that I'll tell later, I literally thought somebody had broken into the house.
And these aren't familiar. These aren't like the ghost of Uncle Bob. These are nobody has ever said like,
there's no discernible features. There's no like eyes, nose, mouth, nothing. It just
no version of a shadow figure story have I ever heard where someone said like they didn't feel like this thing was like ominous, like it had bad intent. Like no one's ever like, but I felt safe, and no,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
always like, I
it
was
was
about to be
terrifying.
attacked. Yeah.
It was terrifying. So we have it's weird. Matt and I talked about this. This is I don't think ever happened. It's not that we rarely pick the same clip.
Yeah.
Rarely. Like even one clip. But oddly enough today we picked the same 3. Well, a little more than
4,
3.
technically.
3 well I brought yeah, there's 5 clips, but one is all from the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we went to the same people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, there were others. This is why I say it's weird. I looked at others. There were some I considered. There was 1 or 2 where I'm just like, I just don't it just seems too
Yeah.
There's one in particular that I didn't bring that I thought about. It is a I don't know if they're I guess husband and wife or dad and daughter. I really haven't figured out what they are.
I think I know who you're talking about.
It tends to peek around their stairwell all the time.
Yep.
I think they were and I just don't know how I feel about them.
I know exactly how I feel about them.
So I didn't bring it because I just have my questions. Not that we don't always have questions, but
yeah,
I brought ones that were a little more fun. Now you've seen these because apparently they're popular enough that Matt and I both went to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over. We're gonna give our thoughts, and then we're gonna leave it up to you guys. And we're gonna start with one that I just call the basement shadow figure, mainly because I just don't know what else to call it. So I'll give you what background I have on this. If you have more, you could add it. I don't know that we do. It's not that this guy's being secretive at all. I just couldn't really find the info. But basically, from what I get, and Matt can correct me if he's heard something different, but this guy starts claiming, man, he's been hearing stuff from the basement, and he lives with his wife or his girlfriend, I don't know, but she doesn't believe him. She just doesn't believe him. And he's like,
it always is.
So he starts hearing the noises one night, and he's like, I'm going to film it to show her what I've been hearing. I'm gonna show her what I've been hearing, and we'll go ahead and play the clip. This is what he gets.
Because I'm videotaping because I keep hearing some crazy from my basement, like pounding, stuff being moved. You hear it? So anyways, I'm just going, you hear it sound like someone walking up down the steps. But anyways, I'm going down, and I
want to point out that the dog's whining too. Could be maybe shut the dog in somewhere, but I don't know.
All right, here we go. Hello, I know I hear you down here. I know I heard you. Holy! Oh my!
Still gets me, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Man, holy, dude! I swear to gosh.
What I like is that he runs instantly down the stairs, and if there is a cut in here, I can't find it.
Yeah.
So they move out of the house, right?
Yeah.
He says at some point throughout his stuff that they're going to move, and they do. They move out, and they get into a new place, and other stuff starts happening.
I've been having some really weird happening to me lately. Just in our new house, I moved. And tonight, by just stuff is happening. My dog is acting nuts, and well, anyways, batteries low. Of course, I just freaking put this thing on the charger.
That'll happen.
Batteries at 15%. But anyways, just having weird stuff happening. Dog flipping out, and since we've been moving here, that the whole house kind of just has been getting crazy. I remodeled kitchen, did everything. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude!
All right, so that's pretty much it. Here's what I'm gonna say. My opinion, real quick. I buy it. I buy the way this guy acts. It seems really legit. The other thing is, like I said, there's no cuts when he runs down those stairs. There's no place to hide someone or put him in. And we're talking a shaky handheld camera that would be a little more difficult to add something in after the fact. but the way he reacts seems very realistic to me, and all the things that the movement of the thing on the mantle behind him, and the I don't know how it'd be really tough to fake that live camera. Not saying he couldn't, saying it'd be hard. So
yeah. And I want to go ahead and possibly like quell anybody's suspicions, because I know there's going to be people who see this and go, "Oh, he's got a buddy wearing one of the black morph suits."
Doesn't look like morph suits,
which, by the way, shout out to a good friend of the show, Wes Thompson. He's been known to wear a black morph suit in various short films with another friend of ours. He's actually portrayed a shadow person, and
yes,
I actually meant to reach out to him and see if we could maybe put a clip of that in here, even though he's just
we could definitely
actor,
add the name of it, and you guys can. I think it's on YouTube. You guys can go find it.
Yeah, I think it's Mythophobia.
It's a really fun short film. So
Yeah.
we'll put. Matt can maybe add a link in the show notes. You guys should go check it out.
I'll do that. Now, in our last episode, we talked about the documentary The Nightmare, and if anybody else did their homework like I did, you will have seen their dramatic recreations that they put in the movie. A lot of their descriptions were very similar to this, except that one was all about sleep paralysis for the most part.
It's a lot more about sleep paralysis. Yeah.
They show up close recreations of shadow people, and you can see in the documentary their recreations. They are using morph suits for that, and you can see seams.
And you can tell.
In some of
That's
them.
why I
Yeah,
said
and you
this
can
doesn't
tell.
look like a morph scene to me.
Yeah.
Suit to me, because you could they're to me, you can always see like the wrinkles, unless unless the lighting is so dark to hide them. But
Yeah.
this isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't.
This is just a guy going in his basement and seeing a black mass in the shape of a person.
What happened to him right there is very common.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
peeks around the corner.
fleeting glimpse, the peaks around the corner. It's very, very common stuff. So, and
the reaction that he has, like he's walking towards it at the time when it happens too. So, yeah, the fact that he's able to run down there and nothing's there is just.
What I like about this one, actually, what I like about every clip we're going to show you today is this is classic. You will see the head, the shoulders. It will look like a human. It will be the shape of a human, but with no features. You won't see features. I know there's some people that say, "Oh, they have glowing eyes." I've never seen even a video with glowing eyes.
I've never seen glowing eyes. I think I've seen one where it's like the shape of a shadow, or just like the shape of a person, and there's like, a little bit of a reflection in the eye area. I've seen one of those in like a video of like an exploration of a prison. But I think it might have just been something that was kind of like in the area that was reflecting. But I've never seen anything with glowing eyes, and never seen like
people
shadow people videos.
Compared these a lot to Jinn videos too, which I get. If you watch Jinn videos, they're very very similar.
Yeah, it's a lot of darker than dark shapes.
Early on in the show, I could not tell you. I think it was when Casey was still with us. We did an episode, and I brought a video where this guy is filming throughout his house different things, and there's a part where he like turns, and there's someone's like a full-on shadow figure standing by the window. Do you remember that one? He even
yeah.
But I started having my doubts when stuff started getting written on mirrors and bathrooms and all that crap.
Yeah. I think I remember that one. Yeah.
So anyway, this one, I like this one a lot. This guy seems genuine to me.
Yeah.
And this is just a classic like shadow person sighting. And I like that he says in one of the videos, like, we're moving out of this house, and they do.
And continues.
So I'm curious if things continued beyond that, and how often he actually saw a shadow figure. Because I don't think he did at this point. He said, like, I keep hearing noises and hearing things getting moved around the house. I don't think I think this was the first time he claimed to have seen anything. So it's a really good one.
Yeah.
So I mentioned in the kind of description, there's a real common one that people see, known as the Hat Man. Now, like I said, I've never seen a shadow person ever.
Yep.
but I do have a weird story that I will tell real quick here. And at some point we will, like I said, I actually do know someone that has an experience with some weird sleep paralysis and seeing figures. And this isn't something that went on their whole life. This only happened in one particular instance. With that being said, I have a weird story about my where my dad lives now, but this was before we, my stepmom's house, before we were around. They claim that when they were younger, my stepbrother, my stepsister, and my stepmom, that they have like there's a bunch of houses around them now, but it used to be them and no one else out there. And they have a little wooded area and then a hill with some train tracks. And they said that when they were younger, they would occasionally see a man walking down in the woods wearing like a brimmed hat, and they couldn't ever make out any features. He looked like he was dressed in black. Right? They told me this way before I was ever around. Just to make the story fun, when I'm in my 20s at this point, we used to play. We used to have our own laser tag gear, a group of guys, and we used to go out playing laser tag. And we would play out there. We would play out because they had a massive yard. It was their house and my step grandfather's house, and that was it. And then it was a bunch of land. So we built a couple little bunkers, and we would just run around at night and play laser tag out there. And we're talking, we'd play till 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm playing with a buddy of mine one night and his nephew, who at the time was like 16. And again, we're in our 20s. And me and his nephew are out hiding behind a bunker. And he's like, man, it's creepy out here. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. He goes, wouldn't it be weird if like some just weird, creepy dude in black wearing a hat just came out of the woods? And I turned and looked at him. I'm like, what made you say that?
Yeah,
like specifically, like because
like wouldn't it be crazy if somebody was standing right behind you right now? I was like, why?
Yeah, but
why would you tell me that?
And I looked at him, and he didn't know them. Right, this was my buddy's nephew. He was not privy. I looked at him. I was like, why did you say that specifically? He's like, I don't know, just popped in my head. And I was like, because they used to claim they saw a dude. It freaked him out for the rest of the night. But I never saw anything. That being said, the Hat Man. So this is a big one. It always makes me think of the dude from Poltergeist 2.
Yeah.
God is in.
We'll pop him up on screen. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Are you scared, little girl? Do you want me to sing you a song until your mommy comes?
Got those teeth, man.
So when we say it's like the round, like Amish style hat, I think is what's most common. But again, no features. It's all in black. Yeah. So again, Matt and I pulled the same freaking clip. It was just accidental. So I don't have a lot of info, and this one's similar to the last one. I think the guy just claimed he was hearing noise in his basement and went down to film. So let's go ahead and play it.
And if you didn't see it, you will.
Did cut some of this one for time's sake. There was a lot more of him walking through the basement up to this point. And then he turns on the lights to kind of show you.
What the hell?
And this is one of those things that, to me, I could have easily excused this one away as
pareidolia.
Yes, except he goes right back and it's not there. Even before he turns the lights on, it's not there. And the reaction is just really good too. The instant jump back.
Yeah.
Scared. Like that's.
Now, I have a little experience where 100% was not a shadow person. My friend John, back in the day, I used to go stay at his house over the weekend, just, hang out, watch movies and everything. And I went into a room in his basement that I didn't normally go into. And there was, backlighting just exactly like this. And there was the shape of a person standing in the room. And I about pissed myself. I slammed the door shut, took a step back, went up again, opened the door. It was still there. And then I flipped the light on and realized it was a cardboard cutout. And I'm pretty sure
it was Steve Gutenberg.
That would have been hilarious. I think it was actually a cardboard cutout of like Freddy Krueger or something.
I like those references.
But it was a cardboard cutout just backlit by the window, and it looked exactly like this, except when I came back in, it was still there.
If anybody
this
can
guy,
tell
it's
me
gone.
in the comments why I said was it Steve Gutenberg, we'll give you a massive shout out on the next episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to tell you why I asked if it was a cardboard cutout of Steve Gutenberg, but for those who know, you know.
Yeah.
I want to point something out about this video that is exactly what Matt was talking about. Look at him. Look how dark he is. Now, when we go back in the room, you can make out details in the room. That's how dark he was compared to. See,
Yeah.
boom. That's how dark that figure was compared to the background of the room.
And the room is light enough that if it was a cardboard cutout, you know, hypothetically, we'll just say if it was a cardboard cutout, you would see light reflecting off of it. You would see even his shadow reflecting off of this thing. There's nothing. That is just black. Like you can even see like the separation of the legs and everything. It's kind of saying in, you know, feet shoulder width apart kind of a thing.
I will say, out of all the videos that we are going to watch today, this is the one that gives me the most this could the easiest to fake.
Easiest to fake, yeah. If so, it would be the exact same way that I just mentioned with the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, it would have to be a cardboard cutout. It's standing still. It's not somebody in the room.
Yeah,
and that's completely doable. He could have done
when he goes back, cut right there. Yeah, and I had the same thought too.
Yeah, you know,
easiest to fake.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying this would be the easiest to fake. I'm not saying that they did. His reaction seems very genuine to me.
Yeah.
But it is weird because when like seeing a figure, I don't know why. Maybe you can. Seeing a figure is one thing. Seeing a figure in a hat makes it more weird to me.
I think it's because of the specificity of it. It's just not something you would expect. I mean, like, seeing a guy not wearing a hat, sure, it's just a person.
Getting all trippy dippy out there. What is this? Parallel universes? What are we seeing? Are these beings from it? Like, what is this?
Okay, so I came up with a small theory that is kind of tied to the sleep paralysis thing. Now, for those of you, and I'll go ahead and throw the hashtag into the description later on, K-pop demon hunters. All right, if you've seen that on Netflix, the main like demons in that wear these wide brim hats that are like that. So I don't know if that is some kind of like part of the demon mythology over in, you know, Korea, or if it's tied to other demon mythology around the world. But a lot of people that have the sleep paralysis portion of this, of seeing shadow people that see the Hat Man, they've described it as feeling like a demonic presence.
So it's like Pennywise. It's just the form it takes.
Possibly, but I mean, even in the Nightmare documentary,
years just to be fair, but I've seen it. It's just been a few years.
They actually one of the people that they interviewed described seeing the Hat Man and two other more generic shadow people with him. So it's almost like a team that shows up, and they kind of describe it as like his minions. That, you know, he's the main one, and then he's got others that kind of like are more primal, feral, kind of, you know, more intimidating. He's just so he would be from
Poltergeist too. He's
he would be more of the Pinhead, and then the others that are there are, you know, Chatterer and Butterball, you know, just like that. So
weird. And again, we'll do a thing where we'll talk about sleep paralysis at some point, but know that one of the more common things to see in sleep paralysis is the old hag syndrome, the hag sitting on your chest.
Somebody sitting on your chest. And that's depicted in a lot of artwork going back hundreds of years too.
Yeah. So that's a weird thing too, but we'll do a whole episode at some point where we talk about these weird, like, I don't know how we'll do it, but like specific things like sleep paralysis and what comes with that, and maybe some other things along those lines.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's been a lot of things we've discussed, you know, really wanting to do like deep dives on, and that's
that's and some of it, like, I mean, weird as it is, like, I want to do an episode where we talk about dinosaurs, like where people have spotted living dinosaurs and stuff. Into that stuff. So
there's one down in Africa. I know butcher its name.
Rings down there.
Song's about werewolves, man.
It's not werewolves. Did you
Yeah.
mean vampires?
No, Africa? The song?
Yeah.
Where you left the rains down in Africa?
It's I Bless the Rain down in Africa, but yeah.
I thought you said, yeah, anyway. But no, there's a weird fan theory that the song is about a guy who's experiencing lycanthropy and turning into a werewolf.
Oh, I've heard lots of people say there's no vampires in Africa because they bless the rains down in Africa. But yeah, not my joke. I'm claiming it. All right, so the fact that we both went to this next one doesn't surprise me that much. It was actually one of those things where when I sent it, I was like, if Matt's going to grab one of my clips as well, it'll be this, and we did. There's a real famous one.
Yeah.
There is and it's a series, and if you guys haven't, you should go check it out. The gentleman's name is Kent Burris. It is the Ghosts of CARMEL, Maine. So his videos are good. They're really good videos, and they're pretty convincing.
They're very long too.
He does, yeah, so like hour plus,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's usually like full investigations that he's doing of his own house,
The Lamb
which
House.
they usually say you're not supposed to do. Like you shouldn't do that because it just stirs up more and more activity for you.
It's the Lamb House, and he like Matt says, he started experiencing stuff throughout his house, and so he does investigations throughout his house. Now, I have a lot to talk about here, which we will after we watch a couple of the videos, but I will say he has brought in other paranormal investigating teams as well. So he documents a lot of what's going on in the house, and he gets a lot of EVPs, and he gets a lot of like movement and stuff, but he also gets a lot of shadow figures. And it's funny, one of these is a shadow, I don't even know what the hell you call it, in a window. That's the first one I ever saw. I will tell you that. It's the first of his I ever saw. And we did bring that one, but let's go ahead and play the clips, and then we're going to have some discussion. So there are 3 clips altogether here. So 3 different events. And again, these are all part of much bigger videos. So just be aware of that.
What the hell is that noise? Son of a bitch!
My reaction.
Window one. This is the one I talked about.
Yeah.
Anyway, that EVPs that
Said these are 3 separate clips. All just put
thinking
in.
about going ahead and doing some more
This one, though.
screenshots on to show people that that's not me doing the EVP sound. Oh my fucking god!
It's sitting all sexy.
It's like, hey,
Big boy, what's up?
here to haunt you.
Shadows and play with me. What he's saying when he comes up the stairs is he's actually talking about an EVP where he caught it saying like "I hate you" or something like that, which is really crazy when he walks in the room. So
Yeah, it says like "help me" and "I hate you" and it says his name a lot, which is
so weird, man.
Yeah, and the way like the longer version of that, like it, like these clips. Every time I watch them, in any context, they give me chills. Especially this one right here.
Yeah, and now
Like,
we do have.
I probably would have had a heart attack.
So let's watch. We have highlight reels of the 3 of these as well. I think right, all 3.
Yeah.
There was actually highlights. So we're gonna see some slowed down and zoomed in stuff, but just so you get a feel. His reaction to this one is just priceless because this is just. So there you see arm, head. You know, you can make out, and again, darker than anything else in the room, even the other shadows of the room.
Yeah, and it almost looks like it actually comes towards him a little bit towards the end of that. Now it could be him actually going closer to it while filming this, because this guy, I mean, while he does get in my opinion, genuinely scared, he continues to do these investigations to see what he can find, and he finds a lot of stuff in this house. And you know, like it starts off with knocks and EVPs, and it just escalates to full body apparitions. Basically,
we're going to talk about some of that in a second. just some things that have been said and questions that have been brought up. But all right, so we kind of get a highlight of, like Matt said, there's definitely, I don't know if it's just digital noise or if it's moving towards them. It's really hard to tell, but the shadow does get, the figure does get like bigger, almost like it's coming at him, but it's really hard to tell with how fast he jerks the camera away. It could be like digital. And this, guys, if you go to his site and watch, the clips are, you know, a little bit better quality than what we got going on here. So let's watch the second highlight. This is the window one. So he saw it. I didn't even notice it. It's weird. But this, just the way it whips down up, it's so weird.
And there's been people saying that it's an animal of some kind that's in his house, and there's no way to be an animal. It changes shape, is what it does. And he's had a few where it's actually been standing in the window. There's one where it looks like just a person, and for that one, it looks like it has like a discernible coloration of clothing, and it looks like a person in that one. So he's experiencing more than just shadow figures in this house. It's also potential like full body apparitions of that
fabric or something, and then but it whips down like it does. And here's the thing,
and the fabric moves.
Not pulling fabric down. This thing moves with like intelligence. It's weird. It almost like climbs down at the last.
And it jumps under his bed. He goes over there, and there's like a teddy bear or something that was not in that spot before that's suddenly there. Like weird. It got knocked in there. And again, that's in the full clip of this. But
so weird.
Yeah, this one, it's. I mean, he walks in the room. He says, "There he is. He's in the window again."
He's in the window again.
Like he's just getting used to it.
I don't see what he sees, and I'm like, oh
yeah. And he even talks in the full version of this. He's like, he did another one where he recapped his own videos and was just kind of like, okay, this is what I saw. He says that the camera catches something in this clip that is not what he saw with his own eyes.
That's crazy.
He saw a humanoid shape, and the camera catches like almost just a weird blob.
And then I'll point it out in this one, then I'll get into the other stuff here in a second. This one, you could say like, well, that's fake or whatever, but it can't be digital fake afterwards. It can, but he had to have enhanced it with actual practical stuff because the curtain moves in perfect sync with the way this thing goes down. That would have required timing and all kinds of stuff. That being said, we're going to get into some of that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at the third highlight. This one is by far out of the three the one where we can see the most, of what's going on. And it does look like sexy laying down, but this would terrify you. I mean, look at that.
Seductive shadow.
I actually don't know that it's laying all I don't know if it's laying all Ian Malcolm style or if it's almost crawling across the bed.
I've interpreted it as it's kind of crawling across the bed towards him.
Now, I will say this about that one. There are some bunched up like around the head. Like there are some lines that could be bunched up cloth, I guess. I will say that.
And I'm going to pause it too. So,
like, you see what I'm saying? There are some folds and wrinkles on the right side as we're looking at it, and the neck and the head. But what I want to point out here, I want you to look down at the right, we'll say arm. I guess it's arm. It's our right. You see some blurring around the edge, right?
Yeah.
That's important. This is all digital. This is motion blur and digital noise. And the reason I bring that up is because it's either something that's actually there or you have to add that with special effects afterwards. It is not impossible. It is difficult, especially if you're don't know how that sort of thing works. It is not. I also want to point out that there is a light source behind this thing. We see where the light's coming through in perfect, and there is a silhouette around it, which you would probably see from light sources. I watch a lot of special effects guys online. Why do I bring all this up? Because there are a number of people, one specific group in particular, that claim all of this is fake. So I did some diving into that because when I read that and I was like, oh God, they have a lot of stuff on this. Maybe it is fake. So I want to go look into it. So here's what we're going to tell you. There's a Facebook group called Hoax of Carmel, Maine. Okay. You can check it out if you want to. I've gone over there. It goes over a bunch of his footage and stuff like that. Then there's actually a documentary series that was made. It is available on Tubi. It is called Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Mm-hmm. It's the same guy who runs the Hoax of Carmel, Maine. I tried watching it. I can't recommend it. I won't recommend it. Now, you can go watch it. It's fine. If you try to watch even the first few minutes, you're going to get what I say. This guy... And I'm sorry if he's watching this and he hates me for it. I don't care. Your delivery sucks. He is trying to do this like creepy, mysterious voice thing in his podcast at the beginning, and and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Just talk like a normal human being. It is so obnoxious. But that being set aside, and it's really hard to listen to. This guy supposedly does a deep dive. He talks to different people. He has even met Kent. In fact, according to him, he met Kent originally wanting to believe this stuff. And then he says he's a debunker. He actually claims to debunk ghost videos and stuff all the time. And he does what we do. He literally watches videos off YouTube, and then he says they're fake. Here's the thing, and I want to be very clear about this. We offer our opinions, and sometimes we say we think things are fake. We say, I don't buy this one. I think it's fake. And then we say why. We say why we think things are fake. And then we leave it up to you guys. You guys are always welcome to tell us we're wrong and tell us why you think we're wrong. We never claim it is 100% fake. We say, I think this is fake. This is why I think it's fake. But we could be wrong. That's something we say all the time. What I'm going to tell you about this dude is he offers no proof. It's all opinion. And that is where I get irritated. He is saying it's fake, and I was waiting and looking and trying to find proof, but he doesn't offer any proof. He just keeps saying it's fake, and this is why it's fake. He and other people say these videos are edited. But again, I can't find anywhere where they've offered proof that these have been edited. They just say it. There's also supposed to be an audio video evidence, a clip of a producer admitting to editing or even faking some of the events for views. Yet oddly enough, I looked all over and can't find this audio video proof evidence.
Yeah. If you have it, present it.
It's saying that it's out there, but then not. Why wouldn't you put that?
It's out there. You can go find it. How about you find it and show us?
That's also, I need to know who this producer is. Again, if I make a video of a ghost, right, and I say it's real, and then Matt comes along and says, no, we faked it. It doesn't mean Matt's telling the truth. You know, it doesn't mean I'm telling the truth. I just wanted to be clear about this because there are several other debunkers out there, but they're all just giving opinion. And I use debunkers they're doing what we do. We just don't claim we're right. We just say this is what we think. These guys are saying, oh, it's fake. Nothing irritates me more than seeing a ghost or a Bigfoot video or whatever, and in the comments somebody goes, oh, it's fake. Okay, that's fine. Why? What are you seeing that makes you think this is fake? That's what we want. We don't. It's fake. You're a troll, and it doesn't mean anything to me. Here's the thing: we're always open to theories, guys. We are willing to listen to anybody. I actually reached out to Kent. I asked him if he'd like to be on the show. I haven't heard back. Hopefully, I do, because I will say this: Kent has what he calls an open door policy. Kent has allowed several people to come visit, and from what I understand, several of them who have come out and kind of been opposed leave saying it's real. Yeah. So take from that what you will, but for this guy to go, it's fake, but yet all these other, he doesn't hide it. He lets people come out. But he's been on the news. Mm-hmm. You know, he's filmed all kinds of stuff. Other paranormal investigators have come out and filmed stuff, which means if he's faking it, he's doing it with them live in the room. That's tough, man.
Ballsy is what it is. Like that's the easiest way to get caught is to try and
now
fake something in front of other people who are there to scrutinize it.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it hasn't been done because we know for a fact it's been done. A notoriously famous debunker throughout history. Do you know who I'm about to talk about here?
Houdini?
Henry Houdini, notorious debunker.
Yeah.
He would get really irritated, and there was
the biggest
really
skeptical believer right there.
There was a real famous like clairvoyant or whatever. They would do these like you've heard this story. You're kind of nodding, so I'm assuming you've
probably
heard this.
Yeah,
They would do these live, like they would have people come in the room and do seances, and like all kinds of shit would happen. Tables would move and lights, and he like busted them. He caught them live, and they would do this with people all the time. So it's not that it's not done, although I think it'd be a lot harder now than it was back then because, you know, things are a lot different.
Technology didn't exist that does now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you can do it live, but it's a hell of a lot more difficult to do it live. You'd have to set all that stuff up in a way that these people who are in there, like in a controlled setting of a seance, you guys are all sitting around this table. That's what you're doing. You're not investigating the whole house. You're not looking into everything. If I have a shadow figure pop up in front of you and you're doing a paranormal investigation, you're going to go over to that area and look at it. You know, you're going to look a little deeper. So I'm not going to tell you 100% these are real because there are other things. There are things this is where my skepticism start kicking in. And I know a lot of people think, dude, why are you open to some stuff but not others? Because there's things that just go a little too far for me. Yeah. Like, I don't think that Bigfoot turns invisible or travels through dimensions. I don't think he comes from a UFO either. I think it's cryptid. That's me. I know some people disagree with me big time. In some of his videos, he has found runes, weird writing.
Oh, runes. RUNES, runes.
Yeah.
Runes. I thought you were saying he found like rooms in his house he didn't know about. I was like,
weird writing. Huh? A book, I think, is found at some point. I don't know about all that. And yes, that stuff starts making it a little more weird. But also, how do I know, like, he didn't find some weird rune that actually means nothing, but he's, like, weirded out because, like, all this weird stuff's going on. So maybe he's just like, does it mean something? I don't know, you know.
And I'm going to throw this theory out. There's a good possibility because apparently we had something, I think it was in the Kansas City area, where people have gone in to do investigations and left things at those houses.
That's
or
possible.
In this instance that took place, I won't go into it because it's pretty, it's stirring up some debate around the area. Somebody has gone into a house and blessed the house and tried to get rid of the spirits. And this is a place that people come and like do investigations and things like that. And it's like, it seems very, very disrespectful to, you know, do that to a place that, you know, you were invited to, but not invited to do a blessing of some sort like that.
Blessings ever work anyway, yo.
Probably not, but they're out there claiming that it did.
Every time they do that.
It's like, well, you just pissed off the spirits.
All of a sudden, pretty good for about 3 days, and then all the walls start shaking and blood comes down. And
it's like black goo dripping off of the mirrors and stuff.
Priests come in and get like sick and almost die. It's just it's horrible. You know, oh, here's some sage. Like the ghost is like, oh god, no incense, no sage. You can't stand that shit.
It just smells bad. Stop it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. His stuff's pretty convincing to me. Yeah. And the fact that he's brought in other people makes it really hard to debunk. And I'm not saying these guys aren't right. Maybe he is faking it, but offer some damn evidence that isn't opinion.
Yeah.
I will sit on this show and tell you all the time, I think that's fake. I think that's bogus. And once or twice, I've even said, it's just a feeling. Like, I've just watched a lot of videos, and this one just doesn't feel legit. But you know what I say? I think this is fake. I think this is bogus.
Yeah.
Not this is fake. Unless we 100% learn that it's fake, which we have.
We have. Yeah.
It turns out this one, guys, this was some guys filming a horror movie. This was some guys in a Bigfoot costume filming a commercial. We have told you when we know it's fake, but our opinion is not fact.
Much to the detriment of us. Sometimes these clips make us look like idiots because we're sitting there at first going, man, this is totally real.
Legit. No.
Bigfoot in Colorado, or was it Colorado? Oklahoma.
No,
The very first one where the Bigfoot was sitting against a tree.
everybody thought it was real.
Everyone thought it was real. It was on the news. It was on TMZ. It was on all kinds of things. Everyone thought it was real. We came out. We're like, oh my God, this looks really convincing.
Yeah.
And then when it came out to be 100% hoax, we owned up to the fact that it is a hoax. We did not know, and we looked kind of dumb on that one.
We didn't. Matt and I are really smart. We always leave that, man. If this is real, this is pretty convincing, man. It could turn out it's fake. We always put that caveat in, so we can go. We said
there's a good possibility, but
but no, he's right though. When we learned it's fake, we say it's fake, but we never claim something is fake 100% without some kind of evidence. That irritates the crap out of me.
Yeah, and I'll just throw back to our newest episode. I kind of made an executive decision in our latest episode that we just put out.
Which I don't think you should have, but that's
okay. Yeah. There's a lot going on with that one. Like we talked about something that didn't make it into the show. Ultimately, it became a thing where it felt like it would do more harm than good to keep spreading the clip.
The only reason we would have come back and said what we found out, and we didn't say anything offensive at all.
Yeah, but the people in his comments were
I'm actually
almost threatening.
Yeah. So I'm without playing it or getting in deep, I'm going to tell people what it is so that if they see the video, they know.
Okay.
We did creepy kids in the last episode, and or creepy things that surrounding kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Video's up now if you want to go watch it. It's a good one. And Matt brought this video of a guy filming. He says it's happened before. And he said it started on his Ring doorbell camera, and then he goes out. There's a kid in a really spooky freaking like lamb or mask or sheep mask or whatever that stands in his yard. He says for 45 minutes. And we talked about it because he walks pretty close. This kid doesn't move at all. And I even asked some questions like if it's his neighbor, wouldn't he go to his parents? We're telling you this because if you see the video, be aware that we think we've learned what it was. This kid, as it turns out, they believe might be autistic.
There's a good possibility. They never come out and say
exactly
what it is. Because he does
Matt's
go to the kid's
wasn't
parents.
us.
Yeah.
And I said, I even told Matt, I was like, as a parent of an autistic child, I'm going to tell you that shit was creepy.
It is knowing nothing about the potential backstory. It is a very creepy video.
It's just creepy. And we didn't say anything, but what had happened. And when Matt explained this, I did understand it. There were comments being left in his videos.
Yeah.
Where
both negatively towards him for filming it in the first place.
But he didn't do anything wrong filming it.
But then there's people in the comments saying, spray this kid with a water hose, and throw something at him. And he actually left the kid gifts.
Unless it's if you throw like a squishmallow maybe, but don't be throwing anything heavy. Look, spraying with a water hose is a funny thing to say.
Yeah, but
it's assault.
An adult spraying a child with a water hose.
In really real life, that's assault. Don't do it. I know you don't think it is, but you can't just spray people at random just that you don't know. It could be considered assault because of something like this, because if it is an autistic child.
And one of the things that he even says is if he had shown up in a different neighbor's yard, the outcome could have been very different. Bad. It could have been very bad.
My wife and I talk about this all the time because we have an autistic child and he does things that, like, he is not,
we'll say unexpected.
He is not physically aggressive, but he's big. And he makes a lot of noise, which you've probably heard here on the show occasionally. And to anybody outside of it, it could seem scary. He's not scary at all. He's bigger than me in every way, but he actually would flinch if you move too fast. He's actually not. But to anybody outside of it, he looks frightening. We actually have signs on our front and back door saying that there's an autistic child in this house. Please be aware. And my wife has one on her car that basically tells anybody like if it's a cop or there's an emergency, there's a wreck or something, like it would tell them this person in the car may not react, so just know,
Yeah.
because there's a story recently of a kid who got shot, an autistic kid who, he was in his own yard, but he did have a knife, which the whole video makes me very angry because the cop was on the outside of a fence. There's no reason why he should have drawn his gun. I mean, let alone shot, but he killed an autistic kid. And so my wife and I are like, you got to know these things. So yeah, you don't want to just go out and spray a kid with a. Now, if the kid's out there going neener neener, spray him with the hose.
Yeah,
that kid's a jerk. But this kid's just standing there still. So Matt cut the whole thing basically because we didn't want to promote it, but I did want to bring it up just in case you see the video, so you know what it is now, or probably is. And so it's not, I actually kind of appreciated the way, at least in the video we saw, the guy was not, he never yelled.
No,
never screamed.
He's, in my opinion, extremely
He says,
respectful the whole time.
Are
And-
you, can
and
I
like I
help
said,
you? Where are your parents?
Some people said, like, hey, maybe like give him something, and he puts, around Easter time, he puts together a whole Easter basket of candy and like t-shirts and little toys and stuff, and he leaves it under the tree where he sees him a lot of times. But there's other videos where it's even earlier in the morning. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning, and he's like hiding behind the guy's van.
Well, autistic kids, man, they don't have the sleep schedule that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And that's why I kind of was just like,
we just kind of wanted to leave it at like, just know that if you see the video, that this might be what's going on, and any one of you would have filmed it. So don't get on this guy's case.
yeah. It starts out 100% like something weird is happening. I got to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And the whole
how
saga ends with him saying, I did go and talk to his parents. I did talk to authorities and let them know of the situation. This is what we think is going on. And he's like, I'm not going to perpetuate anything else.
How is filming this any different than the lady who looks out her door or her window and sees a shadow figure moving along somebody else's house? That just turned out to be guys filming a horror movie.
Mhm.
But she saw it. She filmed it. He saw it. He filmed it. There's no malice. There's no malcontent going on. These guys aren't trying to hurt anybody. They see it. It just turns out that one had a funny backstory.
Yeah.
And this one happens to be possibly a special needs child.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with what he did. If he didn't tell people that and kept putting these videos up because he was getting all these views, that's a problem.
Yeah. Now, having said that, the videos are still up on his page, but I think it became like,
but he's
why
not
take it down? He stopped filming them.
But he's not filming them anymore, and
He's
now
handling
telling
it
people what those videos-
one-on-one.
If you take them down now, they're already out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So offering an explanation is the smart thing to do, not just
Yeah.
trying to pretend like, because you ain't never getting them all back. It's not going to happen. So
Yep.
we went off a little bit of a tangent there, but
Yeah.
that's okay. To get us back on track, because we are on a smidge of a limited time tonight. Bob Gimlin, man. Bob
Yeah.
Gimlin. Did you hear?
I did.
I did too.
I definitely heard.
Matt's trying to get through that. He's trying to get. There it is.
He's still alive.
Bob Gimlin is still. We lost Catherine O'Hara though. That was
That
was a hard one, man. She was a wonderful actress, and we all loved her. Beetlejuice, of course. Schitt's Creek.
Check her out down there.
But
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was gonna say, if you're into
She's Sally.
if you're into this sort of stuff, then you're into. There's two things that Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas are going to be two things that you're.
Yeah. Home Alone.
Into.
Home Alone 2.
Tim Burton has come out, or sorry, not Tim Burton. Danny Elfman has come out and stated some stuff. Poor Macaulay Culkin has had some stuff to say. So, Michael Keaton.
This one hit pretty hard on that.
Yeah, and she was very beloved. So
yeah,
it's
even going back to the SCTV days, dude. Have you seen her impression of Brooke Shields on SCTV?
I'll go check it out.
Oh my god, she
great.
is spot on. Yeah,
and
even looks like her. Which is crazy.
I love Schitt's Creek. Just to be clear, but like there are some movies that you maybe haven't seen that you should check out, like A Mighty Wind and stuff.
Waiting
like
for
that.
Guffman, Best in Show.
Those are three wonderful movies that maybe you haven't checked out. So that's a bummer. But Bob Gimlin is still with us, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and we lost. Oh my god, I feel like creep because I don't know his name, but the son from Sanford and Son passed away.
I saw that too.
Also. And that's a little bit before my time, but I did watched it a couple times, like a little bit when I was young. My parents would watch it, so it's also a bummer. But
two
to
beloved actors.
Yeah, he was about to turn 80. Yeah, other stuff. You guys, you can comment on any video you want. You can tell, and you should tell us your thoughts. Let us know how you feel about the videos you saw today, about shadow people in general. But if there's anything that stood out to you, if you've ever witnessed one like Maticus has, tell us all about it. You can comment. You can thumb up us. You can give us a thumbs up. Don't thumb up us.
I was gonna just leave it at that, and I'll let you flounder on this one.
It's like that. There, I don't want to go off on another tangent, but it's like that clip of Matt Rife on Family Feud, when it's like, name something bad that can happen while crowd surfing, and he's like, penetration. And it was up there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, penetration. I'm like, yeah. It said being groped, but close enough. You can like us, you can comment, you can share. You should share. Sharing's the right thing to do.
Sharing is caring.
I knew we were both going to go there. And what you should do, you should subscribe. Click that subscribe button and become a creep like one of us. You should. Go over and check out our Facebook and stuff too. I will say, like on our Facebook group, we have a group over there, and we do share some fun stuff. Usually just fun memes or upcoming conventions we hear about, things like that. And a Kickstarter thing I just shared on there recently.
Yeah.
Very cool. Those cryptid toys or whatever. They're very
cryptoids. Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
I'll put that on the screen. Actually, it's right up our alley on this one.
Yeah,
so.
those things are pretty cool. Did you say you have you're following that? Or
I've been following it. I'm considering backing it a little bit too, because
Matt does occasionally back Kickstarter.
I need to have the little Mothman back there.
Yeah, the Mothman's one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So.
I think they got a Frogman in development too, possibly. If I'm wrong, whatever it is, it'll be on screen on that. So
go check that. We do a lot of that kind of stuff, like toys and plushies. I put up some like Bigfoot plushies and stuff at some point, so just fun stuff. Yeah. So go over there and check that out. Join the Facebook group if you have not already done so. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We went on a little bit of a rant on some weird stuff, but let us know your thoughts. Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. If you've watched those videos in the past, you can go over and check them out online on YouTube for full videos and a lot of them. So you can go over there and get all kinds of, if you like paranormal creepy crap, that's a good place to go watch some stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you can form an opinion.
Yeah.
And let us know. Guys, we thank each and every one of you. Don't know what we'll talk about next week. We never know. We just sort of say, hey, let's do this or let's do that. So we'll come up with something. But if you have suggestions, you can let us know. You can email us or drop it in the comments. Let us know. That's fine. And until then, what you should probably do, right, the most important thing for all of you guys to do, besides liking and sharing and subscribing, you guys should all keep it creepy. What did you just
I wasn't ready, so it came out. Camera creepy.
Ready? Be quiet for a second. Just record this. Keep it creepy. And now you dub that over top of you. so
Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman.
So good. You're like Kerpa.
This is kind of creepy. Goosebumps rising on my spine.